According to Google Trends, affiliate marketing is on the rise. Searches are at an all-time high. Comparing that with making money online, making money with AI, we can see that lots of people want to make money online with affiliate marketing. But the problem is, there's a lot of videos and things to weed through. Some of them realistic, some of them far-fetched. Some people are saying you can literally make money pretty much doing nothing. But what's actually the truth? How does this actually work, and what do you need to know? Do you need to watch a zillion different reels about how to make money online and how to do affiliate marketing? How do you weed through all the TikToks and understand what's actually legit and what is a complete lie? Well, today, that's what we're going to go over. This is the Affiliate Marketing Ask Me Anything. You can ask any question about affiliate marketing here live, and I'll answer it. In fact, this is part 2, where we're going through over 101 most commonly asked questions about affiliate marketing and making money online. And today, we're going to be starting with question number 33 about the most profitable and sustainable niches in affiliate marketing. And not only that, but I'm going to show you my one-page website that banked over $800,000. Now, I'm not showing you this to say these results are typical, implied, or anything like that. In fact, the vast majority of people trying to make money online make nothing. But we're going to take a look at this so that you can see both sides of the spectrum. The people that are struggling, the people bragging about how much they make, and the rest of us in between. How can we go through and look at things that actually work and learn from them, including this one-page website here and this one, both of which were super profitable. So today, we're going to answer your questions and get to the reality of what it takes to be an affiliate marketer. How do we use AI to help us? What are the niches? Is blogging still legit? And everything you need to know answered live, right here, right now. So, if you're excited, smash that like button, because we're going to go through everything, line by line, and answer your questions. And we're starting right now. All right, everyone. Welcome to part 2 of the Affiliate Marketing Dude Q&A. We're going through all the questions that you have about how to get started with affiliate marketing. This is going to be part 2 of 3. I believe we'll be able to get through quite a few of these questions today and show you kind of what's going on. Now, the question list is pretty long. We are starting with number 33 today, which is what are the most profitable and sustainable niches in affiliate marketing right now? These are real world questions. As many of you guys know, I've been an affiliate marketer for over 27 years, making my full-time living with affiliate marketing and various other methods online to show you exactly what's going on, which is really cool. Now, as we go through, obviously we have the earnings disclaimer that says what you see here, the websites I'm going to show, all the different ways that I've made money online. This does not mean you are going to go out there and replicate it and do exactly what I did. In fact, the vast majority of people trying to make money online make nothing. So we want to take all this with a grain of salt and understand exactly how everything works in a real world way so that there's no confusion or nothing like that. We want to understand that this is an actual business. It takes work, it takes effort. There are some ways to make things happen faster, but again, the vast majority of people don't ever do them. So we need to look at that and understand affiliate marketing as a whole. Now, continuing on, we are looking at question number 33 today, which is what are the most profitable niches in affiliate marketing right now? Right now, there is kind of a AI turn towards everything. So I think that AI is probably the most profitable thing right now in affiliate marketing with affiliate offers and different stuff like that. If you were to go to any affiliate network and look for AI offers, they are going crazy right now. As you guys saw in Monday's video, we talked about how to go through and use programs like Lovable that pay quite a bit of money on affiliate networks and promote them. And this can be something very, very lucrative. If you were to take a look at the Google Trends, you can see what these types of things look like. And Google Trends is actually a really good place that you can find different things that are trending in searches. Now, when I go through and I do affiliate marketing, and hopefully our audio is working good. How's our audio sound? I know last week we tried to make it louder because some people said it was too quiet, but it got kind of squelchy. So if it sounds good, let me know as a comment. But what you do with Google Trends is you can actually go through and see what people are looking for in real time. So like obviously right now we have like the World Cup, which is super popular. And if you were able to go through and use something like the World Cup, you could see, yes, this gets a lot of interest right now. If you were to look at like the past year or something like that, you can see exactly what's going on and see, yes, this is something that is actually trending, which looks pretty cool. And when you understand that, it works really well, and you can start to look at, hey, check this out. We can see, okay, over the past 3 months, is it actually trending? So if you had an offer for something like this, it would work really, really well. And this is where I've gone through over many years and found things that are trending. Sometimes that day, sometimes I'll find an offer that's trending that day and I'll jump on it and sometimes make money that day. Now, again, the results are not typical, implied, or guaranteed. Most people do not make money the same day they put something up. However, after doing this for a long time, you can see different ways to make things easier, faster. And with AI, we can do things a lot faster. Like just today, I was building an app for something that was a trending thing I saw that is going to work very, very well. Before, a couple of years ago, I would have had to get a programmer. It would have taken a lot of time. So that's not always, that's the barrier of entry is a lot easier now. Now, when I look at things that are working right now, like what is always profitable? Well, you have your home services, like we see, I have a video coming up soon on Angie, which was formerly Angie's List. And Angie's List was one where they went through and did a lot of home services, made a lot of money. Credit cards always pay really well. Web hosting, software, different things like this always pay well. I'm going to use those as the ones that are most profitable. Okay, over time, obviously, if we look at the things that are historically profitable, those are things we can get into. Now, with that question comes kind of a loaded answer, because when we look at stuff like finance, software as a service, health and wellness, what comes with things that are quote unquote most profitable? And I'm going to use the word most profitable as also to say like obvious. Okay, these are obviously profitable. I don't know how to spell obviously, but that's what it looks like, right? When we look at most obvious, this is what everyone does. They're like, oh, let's go promote software as a service. Let's go vibe code. Let's go do this, that, or the other. When you have most obvious, you also have the most competition, okay? So most profitable doesn't always lead to most obvious, which doesn't always lead to what you can actually get in on. This is super important, and this is something that will change the way that you go about affiliate marketing. When someone asks me what is the best affiliate offer, my answer is the one that fits your market, okay? If you are not starting with a market, I think you are at a big disadvantage. One of the ways I went through and built up that page that made $800,000, it actually made close to $2 million, but that one page alone made the 800K before I changed it. So that's why I wanted to put that in there, and we'll show you that in a minute. I found that niche by finding the market first, finding what people were searching for, and then adapting affiliate programs to it. This is super important, especially in the age of AI, because when we go through, we want to look at where people are. Like if I can find a group of people, figure out what they want, and then give it to them, now I already have that group in mind. However, if I go out there and I'm saying I'm going to market this mortgage offer because it pays $100, now I'm stuck trying to find people that fit the offer, which is what everybody's doing, which leads to really, really bad competition, which is why most affiliate marketers never get traffic, because you're going for things that are too competitive, things that you really can't go out there and have an edge in, right? Like if I go for best mortgage rate, okay, unless I have the best mortgage rate and I can put it out there, it's going to be really difficult to get that going. However, if I go for something interesting, like what do I do if my mortgage is too high, or what happens if I miss a payment, or maybe something like how can I consolidate my debt, or something specific and strategic, that's where the outliers lie. Now, that's not to say you have to sell things, right? A lot of people out there, they're trying to promote mortgage and hosting and all these things, while there are some people that are promoting simple downloadable affiliate programs like coupon finders and things like that. And those pay anywhere from $2 to like $4.50 or more per download. which is like, okay, there are people literally in that market that are making more than the gurus that are shouting from the rooftops, and they never say anything. This is kind of where I fall in. Like when I first got started in affiliate marketing in 1999, up until 2008, I didn't tell anyone what I was doing. I was literally just doing this on my own, building businesses, running offers and things like that. And I actually got into teaching accidentally. A friend of mine needed someone for his teleseminar and I taught on there. But until then, like this market was stuff that nobody had heard of. There are people in the outlying niches that are making lots of money. So when I go through and I say, what is the most profitable niche? I'm going to say, find your market first and then find the profitable offer that fits them. Now, with that said, obviously finance, software as a service, health and wellness, these are always ones that pay well. But again, there's competition there. Now, when we go through and look at number 34, are your money, your life niches harder to rank in? Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, if you're going for money and life things like health and things like that, those are going to be harder to rank for on Google and different search engines. However, there are different ways to get traffic for them. What we want to do is do something that's not super obvious, right? I don't want to go out there and be like, oh, here's how to fix your debt, or here's how to, fix this issue you have health-wise or something like that. I want to go for things that are much more easy and simplistic. Like maybe I could go for incense or meditation and lead into like success coaching or something like that. When we look at it that way and we flip it, I think a lot of people are trying to box themselves into a big market. A lot of people get this wrong. When you look at the difference between a market and a niche, okay, what is a market? Well, a market can be something like health, wellness, finance. These are all markets, okay? So if you're out there and you're like, oh, I'm gonna go into the finance market and I got this great idea for everyone. If you're trying to market to everyone, chances are you're really, really going to struggle. If we go out there and market to a specific person, then it can work. Like maybe instead of going out there and saying, well, I'm gonna market to everyone who wants a job, right? Maybe I could go out there and say, well, here is stuff for people who graduated with a computer science degree and they don't know what to do with it in the age of AI. Maybe I can help people find things to do, freelancing or maybe side hustles or jobs that would work for computer science degrees. Do you see how that changes the whole idea of, oh, I'm going to show people how to do side hustles versus I'm going to help people with this specific computer degree get jobs in the new age, the new economy. This is kind of what we want to look at rather than going for those your money, your life type things. When I go through and I look at a market or a niche, I'm always looking for something that already ranks, right? Like a couple months ago, or I think a month ago, we had purchased a domain name that ranked for prenuptial agreements. And it has all kinds of rankings. It's literally up right now. You can go and see that it has rankings. We got rankings in a matter of days. And this was in the legal niche that was very, very competitive, or so it would seem. A lot of things seem really competitive until you dive in and really look at where the different things are at. Like instead of going for marriage lawyer, which is the top level of that niche, I went for prenuptial agreement. All right, they both need a marriage lawyer. One of them just doesn't really know it yet. So what we're doing is we're trying to find things that already rank, things that we can use. And when we find a good offer, I'm going to promote it many different ways. I'm not just going to go for Google keywords. That's a good thing to do. I should try to get that. But most people aren't going to rank for the words they think they're going to rank for. So we need to get traffic in a different way. That's where we go through and talk about how all of this stuff works and say, well, where would this traffic be? Like if I was going to do something for, the World Cup type traffic. Okay, well, where would it be? I'm not going to rank number one for World Cup unless I pay for it, which, sometimes that's a good way to go. Paying for traffic is super underrated and super profitable when done correctly. Obviously, a lot of people don't know how to do it correctly, which is why you need to learn and be very, very specific and only risk a little bit and make sure you can afford to lose if you test stuff. But either way, Google holds health, finance, legal, and safety content to a much higher standard. So coming in with a one-page blog or a small blog or something like that is not really going to get you to the top. Your money, your life niches require EEAT, which is experience, expertise, authoritativeness, trustworthiness, and they are harder to rank. They pay really well, which is why what we want to do is find things in a different way. If I'm going for something like maybe finance or something like that, instead of going out there and being like, I'm the guy who's going to help you save money, maybe I can go for like budget calculators or budgeting templates or something like this. This is what a friend of mine did. We had her on the channel almost a year ago. And she had developed a small following of people who wanted these specific budget templates and calculators and worksheets and things that would actually help. And that's where we want to go through and say, can I start with something small? This is super important because a lot of people, they want to start and just go out there and get all this traffic in this big niche. I get people all the time. I had one guy who was like, I'm going to make the next Uber. And I'm like, good luck with that. They have a few $1 billion that you don't have. It's going to be very, very difficult to do. However, could you start small? Maybe start small by showing people how to sign up and drive and make a living on Uber, and then promote your own thing. This is where a lot of people don't look at it, but it's all about strategy. A lot of people think it's just about, throw some content up and Google will rank it or have the right idea. Ideas are a dime a dozen, and ideas are totally worthless unless you have some strategy behind it. We want to focus 100% of our time, 100% of our time on strategy. What is the strategy that I am going after? I would rather do a really good job of helping 10,000 people a month that are looking for a specific budgeting spreadsheet than go out there and try to get the entire budgeting crowd. Right? We want to start in the small little niches and build them up. Why? Because there's a lot of them. You can start with a little budgeting template. When you do really good and make money with that one, then move on to another one and another and another. And over time, you're going to build that up as a powerhouse in the budgeting template, budget spreadsheet type world. So that's something we want to look at. Yes, those are more crucial, but what we're going to do is we're going to try to find a way to serve the market, always being ethical, honest, and upfront. Obviously, in the finance market, that is one of the ones with the most shadiest offers ever. Like, it's crazy. Even top tier gurus, even top, finance YouTubers and stuff have fallen to some of these offers that were not good. That's why you always want to vet things and make them work. And when all else fails, like most people that are just trying to make a living, like you don't need to go for a big niche. Find something small. Like I've known people that make a great amount of money in the fishing niche. They're like, oh, here's how to do fishing from a canoe or whatever. And that's the kind of thing where online this can work really well. And if you do stuff like, drone fishing or something like that, which is super popular right now. I don't even know how drone fishing works, but this is a domain we bought about drone fishing, and the domain ranks for stuff. There's like literally not that much competition. And these are all people looking for like fishing drones and things like that, which is interesting, right? I don't know how it works, but that can be something where you could go out there, or maybe like something for kayaking, or we've done sites for stand-up paddle boards or skateboard ramps, shoes, all kinds of crazy stuff. We even had a site that one of our clients took over about how to jump higher in basketball. That's a niche that works really well. So what I would do is I would focus on something very, very strategic, something that really you could sink into and really help that market. It's about really going out there instead of going and trying to give mediocre help to millions of people. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give really good help to a couple thousand people. And that's where the money meets the road, rubber meets the road, however that saying goes, right? We want to go out there and really find something that we can help people with in a very, very straightforward way. Number 35, should I target buyer intent keywords or informational keywords? This is a good one. Again, it has to do with your niche first. What I find with affiliate marketing, and this is why we do our high ticket niche program, is once you select a good niche, and you can see the link for high ticket niches down there if you want to start with us. Once you get a niche and a domain, everything else kind of answers itself. Like if I go out there and I say, okay, I'm in the drone fishing one, well, what types of keywords are there and what can I rank for in an easy way? What can I get quickly, right? Sometimes it would be buyer intent where you would go for like, buy this product or cost or price or something like that. And sometimes it would be an informational one, like what is the best? How many of these? When do I need? Different things like this. What I would do is I would mix up both. Okay, when you go for buyer intent keywords and informational, what we want to do is we want to be like a chess player, right? Chess players and pool players and all those fancy games, what they're doing is they're setting up for the next move. Okay, so it's never about this one, where a lot of affiliate marketers are like, I wrote an article, it didn't rank in Google, I failed bad. Okay, well, maybe, maybe not. You spent the time writing the article, so you have something of value to someone, unless it's just some AI regurgitated junk that nobody cares about. Okay, if it's actually good and you spent the time making the article, like here's the things you need if you're gonna drone fish, maybe you need a license, maybe you need to see where you can drone fish or whatever. And then you go through and you're like, okay, well, this didn't rank, what else can I do with it? And when looking at the informational keywords, we'll call them info keywords. These info keywords are literally gold if you structure them right on social media, because you could get maybe 10, 12, or 15 different infographics or posts or short videos out of one really good article, and then that will drive traffic to it. Now that article is no longer wasted, you're going to boost it up, and eventually it'll probably rank as well if you do it right. Now, when we go for transactional keywords or people looking for buying, okay, these can work really good too. This would be like your comparison, like maybe Bluehost versus HostGator or something like that, even though those are the same company, right? We could go through and we could post infographics and stuff like that. You would just be going for the quick sale. Or maybe I could go out there and say, okay, well, maybe I want to promote Lovable. If I'm going to promote Lovable, I could promote it as, here's 100 different prompts that I tried in Lovable, and here's what happened, right? So here's our big post about 101 prompts. Then we can break it down and have different snippets of that on social media. There's 101 extra ways to get traffic for the same post that we already created. Again, thinking about this ahead of time, thinking about how we want to go out there and focus on our market. When you go through and target this, a lot of people think you should only target buyer keywords. If I only went for buyer keywords, I would not be in business today, because most of the money I have made has been in non-buyer keywords. Looking at informational and tools and different things like that can work extremely well. Case in point, we had a lawyer, or not a lawyer, he was a tax guy. He was a tax guy for like IRS stuff. Like how do you, obviously that's what taxes are, right? But he went through, he had IRS tax stuff, which is a very, very competitive market. He came to us and I was like, okay, instead of writing content, what if instead you made a tool that shows them what they could save? And so he made that tool, he came back, he got a client really, really fast using that method. Informational content can build authority that helps your buyer intent pages rank. This is super, super important. And what you're doing, again, is setting up for the next thing. Can I have this tool and then link them to my high buyer intent stuff? That's where you want to go through and interlink it. It's not too difficult to do. You just have to think about marketing in a different way. Informational content builds authority. The classic funnel is informational content, email capture, buyer intent content, and then get the sale. This was first popularized by Corey Rudel, who was a popular internet marketer in the early 2000s that I learned from. Unfortunately, he's no longer with us, but he would always say, educate, inform, and sell more, right? If someone comes to your door and they're like, hey, buy this thing, versus, hey, did you know that average Florida people are paying too much for this, that, and the other? That's going to get my interest more than, hey, buy this thing. And it also gets past the whole idea of having to be super salesy. We don't have to be super salesy. The information sells itself. We actually have a class coming up, which is a super, super inexpensive class. We're making it something where people who want to get started can do it. It was the Visual Profits class, where we talk about how to use visual data to actually sell things. Like all the time you see infographics, you see different content online where people are using this content and this data to get customers and sell things, which is super, super important. Again, looking at this like a business, understanding what type of infographics, if I was going to make 100 infographics about this product that I want, what would that look like? And using AI absolutely gives you a leg up on being able to do this, where before you had to do all the research and have all the tools. Now you could ask ChatGPT, what would 100 good tools be for people who want to refinance or whatever? Super, super important stuff. Next, we're going to go through number 36. How important is building a brand versus just building a content site? This is a debate. This is like the debate of the century. A lot of people think that branding is like be all end all. I got to get a personal brand. I remember I had a guy I worked with years ago. All he ever talked about was a personal brand. He is no longer doing internet marketing, no longer making a living, but he spent all this time building a personal brand. And at the end of the day, I think the most he ever made was about $80,000 in 1 year. And he had a lot of expenses and he worked his tail off for that. He worked like crazy. So personal branding can work. There are people like, Gary Vee or Alex Hormozy or all these people that have personal brands. However, I think the vast majority of people, they are looking at branding and they are looking at this as the goal. And they're thinking, oh, well, I need some really good images. I need a picture of me by a car. I need all of these things. And what it is it's not really branding. It's vanity, right? I've been in business for a long time. I really could care less what people know, the type of car I have or anything like that. It doesn't really matter to me. When I look at vanity, what's happening is vanity is going to equal a lot of views sometimes not, most of the time not, but that's what they're going for. But it's not the type of views that you want that are going to buy what you have to offer. I am more interested in what if I could do one thing really, really well. This is what we do in our high ticket niches program. I look at how do I find one thing that I can do extremely well, whether it's here's a way to make a video online for marketing, whether it's here's how to write an email series, whether it's here's how to plant above ground planters, here's how to plant tomatoes. Whatever it is, I'm going to find that and I'm going to do it really good. And 9 times out of 10, people aren't even going to know I exist. Most of the niche websites that I've built, people had no idea who I was. It didn't even matter. They didn't care what my name was. They cared, does he know how to plant a tomato? That's what they were after. And when you look at that and you say, well, wait a minute. So you're telling me I could go out there and I can be an expert in how to plant a tomato, right? Plant tomato. And we look at something like this and you have 29,000 people a month looking for how do we plant a tomato. I actually had a guy on the channel who's doing this right now. He plants figs and all kinds of stuff. And the idea is, what if I did this extremely well, right? Did the topsy-turvy tomato product not make enough for a lot of us to retire? Yes, that thing made a fortune. And when you start to understand, hey, wait a minute, this is something I can actually do. This is something I can start with. I can make a guide. I can make a calendar of the best times to plant the tomatoes. I can talk about, is it better in a raised garden bed? Is it better in the dirt? What is it better in? And when you start to understand how these work and you look at like, oh, is there an offer for that tomato? And we start to see, or garden or something like that, and you start to see, oh, wait a minute, this can work really good. Like there's a survival gardening offer that pays $15. There's some gardening renovation offers that pay on a lead, gardening, all kinds of stuff there, some kind of seeds, and on we go. And when you look at this as a backdoor to a market, like most people want to go out there and be like, I'm the planter guy. No, I want to be something very, very specific like this, tomato plant support. Okay, I could talk about different things and then eventually maybe I can make my own tomato plant support stick or something like that. Those sell really, really well. And when you start to understand, hey, wait a minute, that's a lot of traffic. They all want to garden. They all want to have tomatoes. That's something I can do. So instead of branding myself as tomato guy or whatever, I'm going to go through and I'm just going to start making content about this. Now, that's not to say you shouldn't have a good domain. Right now, I own probably it's close to 4,000 domains. Some of them cost me several $1,000s. Some of them cost me not that many dollars, right? Some were like $1 or $5 or 15. Vast majority were probably between $50 and $300. Now, when we look at that, why do I buy those? I buy those because some domains will help you brand as you grow. A brand comes by having people that recognize something. right? Coca-Cola was not a brand when it first started. It was actually a product that was supposed to be for like headaches. That's why they made it. If they had waited to get Coca-Cola brand and they spent all their time making the red and the white and the Santa Clauses and the polar bears and all the other stuff they have in commercials, they would not be what they are today. What we want to do is we want to go back. If you are a beginner affiliate marketer, don't listen to the loud people. Listen to what the market says. Instead of looking at how do I brand myself, look at what are the things that would get me traffic so that people would recognize my brand. In order to get brand recognition, you need to have traffic. This is a must. But a lot of people start before they get their first visitor. And they're like, oh, I'm going to have this huge brand. And they spend all this money. They get business cards and all this stuff. And they haven't really gotten anything, which is why most people struggle. What I want to do is I want to get traffic and let that traffic build my brand. Increasingly critical, Google's algorithm now rewards branded entities. A recognizable brand, consistent voice, and social presence all signal legitimacy both to users and search engines. As an affiliate marketer, I really don't care. Like if I could buy a business that already exists or a domain that already exists, that's going to be my brand. Like the whole reason I started using Orlando PR for this Orlando stuff we're doing is because I bought the domain name. Right? I wasn't out there being like, I hope I can one day be the Orlando PR guy. No, it was short. It was easy. It had rankings. There we go. Pretty simple. If I was in the tomato niche, that's what I would go. I would try to find a tomato one or whatever. And when you go through and you look at these, I am going to find the brand that's going to make me money. Like that's what I'm interested in. And people who want to make money online, we need to differentiate like, what do you want to do? Right? Do you actually want to make money online and do this for a business so you can make a living? Or are you out there because you just want to share your tomato knowledge with the world? Either one can work, but if you're in that first category where you just want to make money, like don't make it hard on yourself by trying to do all these things. Do one thing really, really well. If I was to go through and say maybe I can look at some domains that I got, right? There's all kinds of different domains that I have from time to time. And what I want to do is look at what I can actually do with them. How could I go through? Like we have one about parenting. Okay. Is it a brandable domain? Yeah. According to Google or according to GoDaddy, that domain's worth about $4,000. According to Dynadot, it's worth a lot more. It's a really good short one, which would work, right? So, and it has rankings. So looking at that stuff, I want to go through and I want to make data-driven decisions rather than looking at ideas. Like a lot of people get hung up on ideas and it's like, okay, well, ideas, I mean, if ideas made money, I'd be the richest guy on the planet because I have ideas every 5 seconds. But ideas don't really make money. It's the implementation and the strategy behind those ideas. A brand will protect you from algorithm updates better than generic content. Yes, but we want to have good content. I'm not talking about generic. We're talking about good content around these tomatoes. And using AI or whatever niche you're in, doesn't have to be tomatoes, using AI, we can build really, really good content. We can build really structured content. We can go through and have it do a lot of the research in a specific way. The problem is most people use AI generically. Write an article about this. Or maybe they think they're being really, really good and they give it a big prompt. Write an article with this. Don't do this. Don't sound like AI. Don't do this. That's not really what it comes up with. What it comes out to make something that really works, what we need to do is we need to have that strategy before we prompt. And the strategy is going to come from looking at your keywords. If I look at tomatoes, I'm going to be like, okay, how to plant tomato seeds or how to grow them in pots. Okay, maybe I can do this. Maybe I could talk about the different types of pots, why it works better in pots, where to put the pots. Maybe I could be like the expert on tomato plant pots or something like that. That's what we want to do. And then building that up, tying it to a domain that has branding. Now you're going to build your branding, but you're going to earn as you go. That's the key. I'm a big advocate of like, when I set something up, I want to see results like fast. Otherwise, I'm going to lose interest. And that's where I want to go through and really focus. Question number 37, can I repurpose one piece of content across multiple platforms to save time? Absolutely. This is what the Clipter program does. I've been using Clipter this week, and I love the program. Like, if it was not my program, I would go and buy it from someone else, because it is a good program that is designed to help you understand ideas and concepts and turn those into content that people will actually use. So can you repurpose one piece of content across multiple platforms? Absolutely. When we do that, what we're going to do is we are going to start with the hardest part first. So if I have my strategy and I'm like, okay, how to grow tomatoes in pots, I'm going to think, okay, so what am I going to do? Well, I could go pay some guru $5,000 to tell me to hustle more. I could do that. Okay, he might even, I don't know, pat me on the head and tell me I'm doing a good job or something like that. Instead of that, let's buy a good domain name, get a good setup. Okay, maybe that'll cost, I don't know, $50 or $1,000 or whatever it is, depending on how good the domain is and what kind of help you need. I'm going to go through and I'm going to take the rest of the money that I would have given the guru, and I'm going to buy maybe 100 different types of tomato pots. Go get some tomato seeds, put them in there, record what happens. That content will go farther than literally anything out there, because now you're like, oh, clay pot, plastic pot, pot on a shelf, pot inside. And you have all these different things, and now you're going to have all this content. You can use AI to decipher what worked best, make little guides or whatever. And I mean, even like if you get an expensive tomato pot, it's probably $30. So, if the average one's $5-10, you're not out that much, and now you have something of value. This is something we were doing years ago. Actually gave this business to a student, but they never followed up with it, so we're probably going to build it here in-house. And the idea was to take all of the different incense burners, right? You have like those little cones that you put the incense up there and it trickles down the waterfall or whatever, right? And I was like, well, what if I went through and bought like $1,000 worth of these incense burners, like little dragons and hearts and waterfalls and all these different things. And we literally just did faceless videos, and we do like a time lapse. And I got like this little spinner that would spin them around with all this lighting and cool stuff. And the idea is, well, if I could go out there and sell, I think at the time there was an incense burner that paid $30 on a $19 sale. So customer pays $19, I get $30. That was pretty good. I was like, okay, maybe I could sell 3, 10, 15 a day or whatever. Again, takes time to build it up, but we can go through and we can look up incense burner or incense waterfall, I think is the main term. So incense burner, again, pretty low competition, $32,000 a month. Incense waterfall, that one there, you got another $1,300, $3,600. And when you look at these, like, they get tons of views on social media. Just put some royalty-free, relaxing music, spin it around, show what you like about it, whatever it is, there you go. That content can absolutely be repurposed. Start to think different. If you don't have $1,000 to drop on, a bunch of incense burners, think about what else you can do. Can I go out there and do something like maybe the Scrub Daddy, right? Maybe you do a little test and you're like, how does the Scrub Daddy do on glue or carpet or this or whatever, and you show all these different things and all the while sell the thing. And those types of offers actually pay really well. I don't know if he has one. There's a power scrub. So there you go. There's like a scrubber brusher that pays $35. I think I saw Scrub Daddy. I think there was an intro offer that paid like $7 or something, which is cool because sometimes when you do the intro offers, it'll pay more than the product cost because realistically, all they're doing is buying a lead. That's what they want. But what we're going to do is we're going to create one piece of content, whether it's the incense burner waterfall video, whether it's how to clean this, whether there's a product. It's like some kind of slime that cleans your car somehow. And it's like, okay, well, I could go and show, oh, here, let's see what happens when you try to get soda out of the car drink holder or whatever it is. And you could do all kinds of different things. Think creatively about content and then really start to get stuff out there and repurpose everything you do. Question number 38, do I have to buy every single product I promote? You do not. You can promote a product just off of reading about it and understanding it. However, if you can afford it, get the product. Products that I have actually bought and used, I can promote a heck of a lot better. One, just for the sheer show and sell. I could show people how it works and sell it. Maybe I go through and I'm like, okay, Lovable pays $112. I can get the cheapest account on Lovable and test it out. Go sell it. I can get web hosting, test it out, sell it. Aweber, maybe the incense burners, I can get those and test them out. Or maybe products on Amazon. Different things like that. We want to use the products as content. Now, a caveat here, let's say you're out there and you want to do affiliate marketing and you're like, I don't have money to buy products. I need to buy groceries, buddy. I can't do this. Think about products that you already own. Chances are you're watching this video on a cell phone or a laptop. You can review that. Chances are you probably have a car. You can talk about that. Chances are you probably have car insurance. You can talk about that. There are things that we buy on a day-to-day basis. I mean, if I was to go through this office alone, there's probably 5,000 products in here that I can review. Now, granted, this is what we do for a living and we buy these types of products, but for the vast majority, there's probably at least 100 things in your house that you use. Maybe in your car, maybe you have a special car stereo or something like that. Understanding that's absolutely key. And when you take different products, like if I was to take the products that I'm looking at here, let's say I have Wacom tablet, okay? There's a Wacom tablet. That thing cost me $70. I have like 5 of them because they're amazing. We got 37,000 searches a month. Could I actually sell this and make a living? Well, some affiliate programs pay like 10%. I could use that to get traffic and sell other stuff. And, it's $7 per tablet, or I could drop ship it. This is where you go through and think about them different. Let's take another product. I have, what do we got? A Panasonic something or other here. Panasonic 4K camera, whatever that one is. Right, there you go, Panasonic 4K, and you have the different model numbers. Easy traffic, OBSpot, here's the camera we use, OBS bot, boom, OBSpot camera. We got 12,000 people searching for that. When you start to look at this, it's like, okay, I could literally go and be like, here I am filming with the camera, here's how it works. We got this here, the Zoom P4, okay? Now what we want to do is we want to think about the product as a higher level thing. People who are using the Zoom P4 are people who are podcasters. Can I tie it into, oh yes, this is good. By the way, if you're starting a podcast, do you want to learn how to market it the right way? Then I could sell domains, hosting, marketing services. Boom, there we go, right? Understanding that it's a bigger level. The people using the Wacom tablet, are they artists? Are they people that do webinars? Are they people like me that like to scribble on the screen? What are they looking for? Understanding this is absolutely everything. Just the other day, we bought some kind of label printer, right? So it's like, okay, what can I do to actually make this stuff work? So when the question comes up, do I have to buy every single product I promote? The answer is no, you're not required to. However, promoting garbage you've never vetted will destroy your reputation. Some people don't care about that. I do, because, if I put my name on something, but some people just do this without their name. However, I would never promote a garbage product and do that just because I don't want to give people garbage products. Like even when I was doing downloadables, I had a computer that we tested them all on before I promoted them, and it was actually pretty profitable. I'm glad I did that. However, there is a myth that says you need to personally own every product. That is not true. You can do research, trial accounts, and stuff like that. Now, again, going through looking at what we're going to do with that product, use it as a loss leader. Like I'm going to promote the Zoom podcast thingy so that I could get traffic that is about podcasts. It's about that higher level thing, right? Like could I go out there and promote the car cleaning slime and flip people into car insurance? Well, let's take a look at what that would look like. If I was to go through and talk about that, let's go to SpyFu. SpyFu is a great place to look at different things here. And this is kind of stuff that we do in our classes and high ticket niches and all of our courses, where we have calls every week. Like we have a call on Tuesday afternoon for our students. We have a call on Thursday morning. We even have one Thursday afternoon for boot camp people. But when we go through and we look at something like car cleaning slime or whatever it is, right? Not that much, very little competition, very little money. However, if I was to do something like car insurance, Now you're going to see this is a very, very expensive market where advertisers are paying $23. Now, does that mean you're going to put a site up and get $23 every click? Not even close. But what that does mean is advertisers pay a lot, so the chances of getting higher paying affiliate offers can be really high. Now, if I was to go through and do like car cleaning, let's do car cleaning, right, like this, now we have a lot of people, and people who have cars, they need car insurance, so I could put 2 and 2 together and use that as kind of like a loss leader, because if I sell the car cleaning goop on Amazon, I'm literally going to get like 2 cents. However, I could go drop ship it and make more and do a direct sale. I could also pair it with other things. Maybe I go over to Offer Vault and I find like car cleaning. Let's do, like that. Let's do the scrubbing brush, power scrubber. It'd be perfect for cars. Car cleaning. Let's see if that brush would actually work. Because if I could pair it with something that pays like $30 or whatever, that could do pretty well. So here's one. Some kind of power scrubber, $35. Yeah, so if this worked on cars, that would be pretty good, right? There you go. And it looks like it might work on cars. I don't know, it works on a stove, so it probably works on a car. But going through and looking at that can work really, really, really well. Masters says, if you were completely broke and starting from scratch, trying to get into affiliate marketing, what would I do? What I would do if I was completely broke is I would try to find a product that I could sell directly, either by like talking to a market, getting in forums, getting involved in like a group online somewhere, and trying to help people with stuff. That's what I would do, because direct sales is always going to be the lowest cost, fastest way to get something going. Like direct sales, like literally you could go to any kind of entrepreneur group or something like that, and you could start selling stuff as an affiliate. And what I would do is I would learn something simple, right? So if I was totally broke, I'm like, man, I got nothing, okay? And that's where I started, by the way. I had like $90 and I had to buy food and stuff. So like, it doesn't go that very far when you have to do that stuff. But what I did is I found something that paid good. So like maybe web hosting, okay? If I do web hosting, I'm pretty sure we've cracked 7 figures with web hosting. I know it's very high 6 figures, probably into the 7-figure range. Again, results not typical, implied, or guaranteed. I'm just telling you this because I've done this a few times. I know what's going on. Web hosting usually pays between $65 and $300 per sale, okay? And what you could do is like just go find people who are trying to vibe code, okay? Learn how to set up a website and learn how to like make things at vibe code work, right? And then you go and you're like, hey, if you get web hosting, I'll help you set up your vibe coded product so that people can actually use it, so it's not just on lovable.com/whatever. Okay, this is something that's such low-hanging fruit. It just takes the effort. So, you take the 2 hours or whatever, 5 hours, maybe 6 hours to set it up. $300, that's $50 an hour on average for setting this thing up. That's something that people need all the time. Like there's people out there that have podcasts that are popular and they're still using Linktree. They don't even have their own website. It's like, hey, I'll set you up a website. You just go through me for hosting. I get $100, $200 or whatever, and boom, that's how you work. All right, Louisiana. We got Louisiana people here. Cool. I love the Louisiana food. So cool stuff. But at any rate, going through and looking at that, what you want to do is bridge the gap. I have a video I did years ago about how to bridge the gap in the market. And you're like, okay, well, how can I do this, right? Can I go out there and, give people information on taking a driving test and then get them into insurance? Can I go out there and get people who are looking for, like a vibe code checklist, right? Going through there is super, super important. Zoe says they vibe coded their own Linktree alternative. Me too. We actually made one that was pretty cool. Maybe vibe code. Let's do hosting checklist maybe, right? Finding what people are looking for. Apparently they're hosting Thanksgiving. Hosting migration checklist. There you go. That's for people switching hosts. But we can go through and look at all kinds of different things for that. Maybe you do like business checklist. Okay, so here's herbal supplement business plan checklist. If they're doing herbal supplements, right, look at your competition here. It's like not much at all. I can help people with that. Now, if you're doing an herbal supplement business, you need a really good lawyer that understands like the FDA, okay? Here's one for start a business checklist, and you can get them into like all kinds of different things. Maybe you go to your chat GPT or something and you say, okay, well, find high paying affiliate offers for LLC startup. Okay, so you can get them on LLC startup, you can get them on hosting, all different things like that. Or if you want to do something simple, right? People out there, they do apartment checklist. And these are the kind of things where like you could make a custom chat GPT that literally they put in, oh, I'm going to go to a dorm room to an apartment, and it'll literally AI their way to do that, right? But when we look at this, pretty low competition, like it's not that big of a thing. And when we go and look at the offers that are out there, this is where the game changes, because now we go through, and I'll just go over here to the offer vault or whatever we're using, and I can do anything related to, let me see if I can get it loaded here, anything related to like moving, so moving companies, right? We see here some of these moving companies, $40 a lead. Let's say we have something like internet, or let's do, what would it be, fiber internet? Okay, get some fiber internet for your new place you're going. There you go, you got $25 there. Let's say you want to do renter's insurance or something like that, right? Renter's insurance, $6, $3 for a lead. Don't even have to make a sale, it's just a lead. Going through and looking at that is really about positioning. Everything you do in affiliate marketing is positioning and strategy. Once you understand that, you're like, oh, okay, I could be the expert on first apartment checklist. Here we go. We're going to go through and find the things you need to buy, the things that you don't know you need. I'll go through. Maybe getting your first apartment, that's a good time to get a credit card for Target or whatever it is. And all of these are going to have affiliate programs with them. And all I have to do is use AI to do a really, really good job. I'm talking like be the best apartment checklist person on the planet. Like do the best of the best of the best, sir, as they say in Men in Black. But going through and looking at that, you're like, okay, I want to be the best of the best for this. That way I'm rewarded with traffic, and then I can drive them to offers. Very straightforward. Now, if you're just starting out, it might be a little bit harder to go and get approved for some offers, right? I'm still waiting to get approved for the Lovable one. But going through and looking at that, like, okay, well, what can I do now? A lot of people, they let that stop them. Don't. Go get the traffic now. Run a ClickBank offer or something simple, and as you get growing, then you can apply for the bigger ones like the moving companies and pay-per-call and pay-per-lead and stuff like that. But I mean, like if you're struggling, just go get a Max Bounty account. Look at the offers that you're already approved for, right? There's like a couple hundred that everyone gets, and start promoting them and go from there. But use what you have, start getting traffic. The idea is so many people, they think traffic is difficult, and it's difficult because they never try to get it, right? They're just like, oh, I wrote an article and I couldn't get traffic. Okay, well, that's not what I do. I deliberately go and find where my market is and put something in front of them, right? Like if I make an AI apartment checklist tool, I had a client who did this. He did this for, I forgot what his tool was about. I think it was something to do with like investing or something. Simple tool. He made it on ChatGPT, didn't even have his own website. He linked to his custom GPT. Guy was making sales, right? Pretty cool stuff. Do I have to buy the ClickBank products? You do not have to buy a ClickBank product to sell it. Sometimes if you're getting traffic already in that niche, you can ask them for a review copy. I never do. I usually just buy it because, like, I don't know. I want to be a buyer like the people. But buy one that you know you're going to promote, not one that you're thinking about or wondering. Like buy one that you actively know you're going to promote and get that traffic, okay? Number 39, is Amazon Associates program still worth it? Yes and no. The amount you're going to make per click on Amazon is going to be very, very low, okay? Super low, like 1%, 4%. However, Amazon is the big kahuna, and people buy on Amazon all the time. A lot of people don't even check prices. They just buy on Amazon because it's going to show up at their door tomorrow. Is it worth it? It is worth it as a traffic machine because there are products on Amazon nobody else has that I can promote as an affiliate. And again, like if I'm promoting the podcaster thing, I'm going to get them into other stuff too. Maybe there's a software, maybe there's a tool that helps them with it. I know that people buying certain things also buy other stuff. It's like my brother. My brother's an amazing musician. He's a drummer, guitarist, bass guitarist. I mean, you could pretty much give this guy any instrument and he'll figure it out. And knowing him as an instrument enthusiast, he doesn't just have one amplifier. He has like 500. He doesn't have just one recorder. He has a bunch of them. He doesn't just have one guitar. People who buy things, a lot of people make the mistake of thinking the transaction of the product that you got them for is the end of the sale. It never is. It never is. When I get people in and I say, okay, like the visual profits course, visual profits. Okay, this one I went through and I'm like, okay, this is a $27 course that's designed to teach people how to make infographics to promote offers. Straightforward. Okay, I don't care about the $27. Like, I'm not even thinking about it. I don't even notice it in the grand scheme of things. What I care about is that person is going to buy other stuff. Okay? Like, the people who buy the podcasting thing will probably get hosting as well. Starting to look at that is key. And using that, with that logic, what we're going to do is we're going to use Amazon to get data and get traffic, right? This is what Amazon did in the first place, right? They looked at offers that worked well. They came out with an Amazon Basics version so that they can make money. They literally used other people's products to learn data to sell their own products. It's how it works, right? And if I go out there and I say, oh, well, you know, a lot of people are buying this new shoehorn or whatever. Do people still buy shoehorns? I don't know. But at any rate, they buy the shoehorn. Can I get that data and eventually buy my own product, build my own product? Maybe. Or can I drop ship it? Or can I find an affiliate program that pays better for it? Starting to look at that, or even build a mailing list. So starting to look at that is very, very important. However, for the vast majority of people, like if you're getting 3,000 visitors a month, which for a lot of people is difficult to do, if you're sending those 3,000 visitors to Amazon, the chances of you making like $3,000 a month off that traffic is pretty much nothing. Like you will probably make $50 on that traffic. That's where a lot of affiliate marketers struggle. They rely on like Raptive, Mediavine, AdSense, and different things like that that are generic. That's why I'm a big advocate of like serve your market. If I made a site about rent, let's do first apartment checklist, and I put AdSense on it, I'm literally going to make probably like $50 a month because very few people will click the ads. It's not going to make sense. It's not what they want. However, one lead for moving is $50. One lead for internet, another $50. Renter's insurance, there's $7.50. Maybe there's some other stuff they can get. Starting to understand this in a different way is thinking about your market differently. I want to serve my little corner of the world market the best way possible. I want to do the best I can so that I can get the most earnings from it. Very, very important. Amazon is good for data, not so much doing all this other stuff. Number 40, high ticket versus reoccurring SaaS commissions, which is better? Well, it depends on what you're trying to do, okay? If you're doing high ticket, all right, let's say we do high ticket. Like let's say I do web hosting and I get $300 a sale, or I sell some software and I get $1,000 per sale, okay? Those are your high ticket ones. Or let's say I do web hosting and I get 50%, so I get $3 a month, okay? How many months would it take? So I need to get that guy 10 years to equal the $300 that I make over here, and I don't get that right away. Okay, I'm gonna take the high ticket one in that example. However, there are softwares out there where like Lovable, okay, Lovable pays, I think, 10% on their base one or something like that, or they pay $112 for the sign up, right? Now, the $112 could be like a free trial or $1 or something like that. I get the $112. What would that take? Well, if I'm getting 10%, that would be roughly $3 to $60 $3 to $6 a month, how many times would it take to get the 112? Weighing that out is important, but there are some programs, like I have one where I promote a domain product, and I've literally gotten that domain product, and I've gotten like $9 a month from a bunch of different people. And I'm like, okay, that works pretty good. So it depends on your traffic and what you want to do. Again, what I would do is I'd build a mailing list in that market, and I would test both. Okay? Both have merit. High ticket items pay more per sale, but require more trust and a longer sales cycle. Recurring software as a sale commission can build compounding, predictable monthly income. What I would do is, if I was looking for recurring, I would make a site about AI tools for a specific group and just start racking up recurring, because that can add up. $500 one-time commission feels great, but 100 customers paying $30 a month, that adds up a lot faster, and usually sometimes it's easier to get the smaller ones. Recurring commissions are the foundation of a stable affiliate business, and you can combine both of them. Question number 41, what is a cookie duration and why does it matter? Good question. This one is very important. Some affiliate networks have different cookie times. Now, a cookie is something that drops on their computer. Here's our cookie, it's chocolate chip, right? And the cookie drops on the computer, did I spell that right? I don't know, maybe. The cookie drops on the computer and has a shelf life. The shelf life could be 24 hours, like in the instance of Amazon, or it could be forever. Some of them are forever. Now, a forever cookie does not mean forever. That person gets a new computer or buys on their phone or buys on their laptop when they looked at it on the phone. It has to be the computer that they clicked on from your link. Very, very, very important. The done for you niche is highticketniches.com. It'll show up on the screen in just a second. Just watch the bottom there. It'll switch in just a second. But going through there, the forever ones are based on, like, there it is, highticketniches.com. The forever ones are based on when it's clicked, where it's clicked, everything like that. Now, there's also forever cookies that are tied to a lead. This is what I did, and this is the holy grail of affiliate marketing. If you can get it to where the cookie takes the lead, and that lead is now tied to you as the affiliate forever, like I have affiliates that I've been paying, they haven't even talked to me, they probably don't even know I exist anymore, and they get checks from something they promoted back in 2010, right? So that can be extremely well. But again, there are ways that could still be overwritten, but it really has to do with your traffic type. Like if someone's going to buy a $10,000 computer on Amazon, they might click your link. They might not buy right away, which on Amazon, that would be difficult. So maybe if it's like an impulse buy, I'll go for the 24-hour cookie. 9 times out of 10, I am not going to do a 24-hour cookie unless there's a way to do something like the coupon toolbars. What they're doing is they're like, oh, if I can cookie them over and over and over and over again, it ain't going to matter because so many people click the cookie, we're going to make money, right? This is like what CNN does. This is what a lot of big companies do. So it's just a trade-off. But as a marketer, if I get traffic that makes sense financially, I'll promote what offer converts best. I'm not going to care about the cookie as long as it converts. That's all I care about, which is important. Can a company take my commissions with clawbacks or chargebacks? Well, they're not really taking your commissions. Like if if someone buys something and then doesn't want it anymore, then you really didn't get a sale, right? Because if this was not the case, people would be able to say everything, right? They'd be able to do all kinds of shady stuff. But we have these in place where, like, if customer refunds, it goes against your future commissions, or it doesn't get paid. This is where a lot of people have like a net where it's like, we're going to pay you in August for the sales you got in June. A lot of companies will do that, and it's totally legit and fair because it's like, okay, we need to make sure that this is legit traffic. That's why you need to get accepted. That's why some of these companies don't just take everyone, because there have been people that go and promote things, without any ethics or boundaries at all, and then they get a high refund rate, and it's like, yeah, I don't want that affiliate. I don't want just anyone. There's different things. In affiliate marketing, it's important to look at the value you bring as an affiliate is new customers. Why does Amazon pay so low? because everybody knows Amazon exists. If nobody knew they exist, back when less people knew they existed, they paid a lot higher affiliate commissions. The value you bring is new customers. This is why a lot of affiliate programs say no brand trademark bidding. Why? Because if you are promoting Norton and you rank for the term Norton, like they did all the work to make their brand, why would they pay you to just slide in and say, hey, don't buy Norton, instead buy this. Oh, go buy Norton. Right? That's not what we want. Like I had affiliates years ago. They're still there. Like if you go look at reviews of my products, some reviews were actually pretty bad. And a lot of the people who gave me bad reviews never even bought the product. They were just promoting mine or something else. This was something that was made popular with The Rich Jerk. The Rich Jerk book had a lot of really, really good strategies and really shady strategies. And it kind of changed the affiliate marketing world because people were like, oh, I could do this. And that's the problem is a lot of affiliate marketers and a lot of people out there. These are the people that, there's a lot of people on Instagram and YouTube and stuff like that where the ethics are kind of a gray area. And it's like, okay, we don't want to do that because at the end of the day, it's going to damage the businesses. The businesses are going to stop paying. Sure, you might have made a bunch of money real quick, yay, woohoo, but you damaged a market. That's what we want to look at here, and we always want to do things good. That's why I've been in business 27 years, because I try to do that to the best of my ability and give good things that are going to help people, right? Like if I'm going to do the tomato thing, let's give good stuff. I'm not going to be like, get this thing and tomatoes will grow everywhere. I'm going to make it ethically and test it out and give an honest review about it. Very, very important. Now, with the cookie stuff and the chargebacks and all of that, once a sale is recorded, the commission is guaranteed. That's what a lot of people think. That is not true. I promoted ClickFunnels, and their refund rate was actually pretty high. It was higher than a lot of other stuff that I did. Why? I don't know. It is kind of a hypey product in my opinion, but that could be why. High refund rate products, especially digital courses, can wipe out a significant portion of your earnings. Always research the refund rate of an offer before heavily promoting it. This data is made available on places like ClickBank, which is cool. And then make sure it's a good match for your traffic, right? Like I could go through and I could tell people to buy something for their new apartment, and if it's not good, eventually they're just not going to want it. And I want people who want it. It's just as easy to find people who want it as it is to try to give someone an offer they don't want, right? It's just as easy. Like it just really has to do with what you're doing. Like if you're looking at it, for every person out there, like there's these people on social media that literally they're just like, hey, we make a bunch of money, woohoo, we're so great and wonderful. And then you sign up and they're like, well, go tell people to buy our course. Okay, that's a pyramid, literally a pyramid. Okay, here you go, you're up here. Tell people to keep buying the course, and the people at the bottom, they're stuck with a course that everyone already bought. That's a pyramid. However, when we look at that, what we want to do is say, well, I think last I heard there was 2 girls on social media that were doing this. They were making like $4 million a year between the 2 of them. Don't know how much of it is profit, but okay, is there a guy making $4 million selling web hosting? Absolutely. Is there a guy making $4 million talking about plants and gardens? Yeah, there's a guy I know who's making like $100 million off it, or his business is worth $100 million or something like that. Again, results not typical, implied, or guaranteed, but this is to say, a lot of people think, and this is like the worst way of thinking, they think the only people making money online are people selling courses about making money online. That is absolutely not true. There is way more made in little niches. That's what we want to do, is find little niches, serve them well, and make a living in those little niches, and it can work extremely well. I mean, I have made good money in stuff like beta fish and stuff like, what to watch on TV and things like all kinds of crazy little niches that most people don't even talk about. Yet there are businesses that are just making a fortune in these tiny little niches. Very, very important. The numbers ClickFunnels give are outrageous. His rate is $1 million an hour. I mean, it's just to each his own. I mean, what is it you're looking to do? It just, again, The issue I have with a lot of the high pressure sales stuff, which is where I would put ClickFunnels, it's very high pressure sales and it's very like get what you can get. Like, oh, if the market, if someone will pay $100,000 and it's worth $100,000. Not really. Like it's all hype and all this stuff, right? What I want to do is I want to go through and I want to do something super chill and super easy. Like I'd rather just sell tomatoes and nobody ever hears about me. Like let all those other people do that. I did have a friend who made $1 million a year promoting ClickFunnels. He was a pretty aggressive marketer, but hey, there you go. There we go. Okay. Let's see here. So we went through the refunds and stuff. Number 43, can I promote competing products in the same niche? 1000%. Highly recommended. We should have multiple products in our niche. If I'm doing the apartment checklist, I'm not just going to promote this, that, or the other. I'm going to promote all kinds of things. Maybe I can do like a credit repair type thing, right? People getting apartments. Hey, if your credit's bad and you're having trouble, here's a credit repair course. All different kinds of things you can do. There's a myth where people think promoting multiple competing products looks dishonest or bad. It doesn't. You just compare them. Okay? Comparison content captures buyers who are already in decision mode, which is the highest intent traffic. Okay? Most affiliate agreements allow promoting competitors unless they specifically prohibit it. What you don't want to do, you want to stay away from branded terms. This is actually my friend who made a bunch of money with the ClickFunnels. He went for ClickFunnels branded terms, which they were cool with. And he made a lot of money because he was basically the salesman, right? It was like, oh, should I get ClickFunnels? Well, here's why you should, and here's a coupon, and buy through my link and I'll call you up and help you, or whatever. That's basically what he was doing. You don't want to go through and use the word like ClickFunnels. Like this is what the Rich Jerk did, really popular, and it went crazy. Actually, before the Rich Jerk, it was actually the Wealthy Affiliate did this. And it damaged my reputation online by no fault of my own, where literally I was on a list and they said, hey, go make content about why Marcus is bad and why you should buy our product. And I'm like, that's not marketing, right? If you think that's marketing, that's like, you know, going to a restaurant and being like, oh, there's something bad in the food. Come over to my restaurant. It's good. That is scamming. That is garbage. Now, Wealthy Affiliate, I don't know them. They might have good stuff. This was years ago. But that type of marketing, it damages affiliate reputation. Like if I say, hey, Lenovo computers are bad and mine's good, just for the sake of promoting my own thing using their word, that is defamation. I actually had a friend who made a review on a product, did defamation, literally lost his house in a lawsuit because they sued him. They were like, hey, you can't do that. Now, could I go after people who talk bad about my product and never bought it just to promote their own? I probably could. It would probably take way more energy than I want to do, way more money than I want to do. So I was like, whatever. I'm just gonna counteract that with showing that I know what I'm talking about and that I have the goods. I'm gonna show rather than go out there and fight it. But at any rate, looking at that, you don't want to do that. Like the idea of this bad, this good, terrible. There's videos right now that do that. They use my name. It's like, go get your own traffic. Sell by being good at what you do. Sell by showing how good your tomatoes grow and sell the tomato product rather than saying, all these tomato things are terrible, mine's the best, right? You don't want to do that. Could you review a bunch in your niche to deliberately sell one that you like better? Yes, that would work. However, big however, if I was doing this, I would review each one and give them a chance to buy each one, right? So I'd be like, does topsy-turvy tomato work? Here's my review. Yes, it's good. It's not my favorite. Click here to buy it. I have one. Then you would say, okay, here's the one I like or whatever. But always give them a chance to buy it and always be honest and upfront. If it's not your favorite, you can talk about it. I bought a lot of cameras around here. We replaced our Panasonics with the OBSpot. I like the OBSpot better, right? But looking at that's important, okay? Was Rich Jerk the beach bum guy? No, the Rich Jerk, I don't think he had a personality with it. Like the people in the market knew who he was. but he didn't do like face videos and stuff. He actually had actors for that. But at any rate, promoting competing products you can absolutely do. Number 44, can I make money promoting free products, trials, CPA, pay-per-lead, pay-per-download, pay-per-call? 1,000%. This is the biggest overlooked affiliate marketing that I've seen, right? People are like, oh, I got to sell this ClickBank. I go sell this product. There are tons of companies. Like you look at Angie's List, literally runs on leads. Last I heard it was $1 billion company. Runs on leads. If I could go out there and make a website about how to clean carpet, how to get a stain out of a carpet, how to get dirt out of a carpet, how to fix carpet, how to do this, and drive leads to new carpet and carpet cleaning services, literally they pay for just like name, address, square footage of carpet. Pretty simple. Downloadables, you look at it and there was like a big fiasco about the Honey app a while back. I made the first Honey video back in 2018, I think it was, way before everyone like had the big controversy hoopla. Why? Because that paid a lot. They were paying like $4 to $8 per download. They were doing affiliate marketing at a scale that other people only dreamed of. They were doing like 100 million a year or more in affiliate marketing with their tool, and they paid people to get downloads. In the age of AI, this is going to get even bigger. Wait until AI browsers become a big, huge thing and everyone's using them. It's going to be game over because those companies, what happens is you have companies like this, okay? So the Honey app was around doing their thing, making money. PayPal bought the Honey app for $4 billion. Then what happened? All this venture capital said, hey, we don't care. We'll pay $8 to $15. We'll pay Mr. Beast $100 bazillion. We'll pay this other guy all this money. Influx of cash came the way of the affiliate marketing. When these things catch on, and you have companies like IAC. IAC did this big. I was one of their big affiliates back in the day with that $800,000 site I showed you earlier. And they paid a fortune for downloads. They were literally just throwing money at this stuff. And I was like, sure, I'll get $2.50. I'll get $3.75 a download. And you do that, a couple thousand times a day. That's not chump change. Now, of course, results not typical, implied, or guaranteed. Less than 1% of affiliates make anything. And this is another thing. Like you look at those people on social media that say the average affiliate marketer makes $177,000 a year. No, they don't. This is a fabricated number that is an average affiliate manager marketing job. This is a job, not freelance affiliates. The average affiliate makes nothing. Are there some super affiliates that make a fortune? Absolutely. Let's figure out what they do instead of listening to all this noise and buying these courses to go sell courses and all of that. Look at realistic stuff. That's why my training is more about let's get a niche and let's make it work. I'd rather have you be the tomato guy than go sell my product, right? I already sell my product. I don't need help with that. But going through and looking at that is very, very important. CPA, cost per action, cost per lead marketing pays really, really well. And some of these are super easy to convert when it's an email submit or a download or something simple. The myth is you can only earn commissions when someone actually buys something. The fact is CPA offers pay $1 to $50 just for a free sign up. There was one years ago. I love this offer. It was a low rate mortgage offer. And it was drop downs. It was basically how much do you owe? $300,000. How much is your house worth? $600,000. What do you want to do? Cash out, refinance, whatever. And then it was how is your credit? Bad, good, great. When people did the drop downs and hit submit, I got $7.50. Didn't sell anything, no leads, no nothing. Or you might be saying, well, Marcus, that seems kind of funny. Why would the company do that? Well, they would do that because if you were to go look on SpyFu for what these offers cost, what does it cost for a click? SpyFu, if they're going to a search engine and they do refinance, they are paying $8.74 a click. So would they pay $7.50 to me when someone actively engages with a mortgage form? Heck yeah. Twice on Sunday, right? Every day. going through, that's how that works. Free offers convert much higher rates, making them excellent for beginners. I've had some free offers, downloads that have gotten as high as 30 to 50% conversion rate. I've had some lead forms that have cracked 50 to 60%. Again, results not typical, implied, or guaranteed. It has to be specific traffic, has to fit. But I have had some really good rates on those. Question 45, what are the best affiliate offers and where do I find them? I have one answer for this question. The best affiliate offer is the one that fits the traffic you have. If you don't know what traffic you have, find the traffic you're going to get and then match the offer for it. Don't do it the other way around. Far too many people are like, oh, here's a cool offer, let me go promote it. You can do it that way, but what happens is unless you've been doing this a long time and you're very, very creative, which most people are not, and creativity comes from doing this for a long time. Most people are going to come to the same conclusions and the same keywords and everything, which means it's just going to be super competitive. When everything is easy, it goes to break even, right? Like mortgage, keyword mortgage, offer mortgage, easy, break even. It means the click is going to cost $3. The thing's going to convert 1 out of 3. You're going to get paid 9. You're going to break even or lose money. That's what happens when it's easy. So find your traffic method first. Question 46. What's the difference between CPA, CPS, CPL, and revenue share? So cost per action is you get paid when something happens, a lead, a form, a sale, a click, whatever, any action. Cost per sale is when something is purchased, right? You sell a vacuum, you get $50. Cost per lead is CPL. That's where you get paid on leads, right? They fill out a form or whatever. Question number 47, are ClickBank products still worth promoting or are they low quality? ClickBank is a marketplace for offers that are regulated by ClickBank's team and the marketer themselves. There are good and bad. Just like if you go to Max Bounty, there are offers I would not touch with a 10-foot pole because I think they're totally shady. There are offers that are great. It is your job as the affiliate to find something that's good. The myth is ClickBank is a scam full of garbage products. They do have some garbage products, absolutely. Fact is, ClickBank hosts thousands of legit offers. One of my offers is on there, and we have like 75% commission on that one. Fact, research the product's sales pages, refund rate, and customer reviews before promoting anything. And if you're ever wondering if it's good, try the product out yourself. Someone says, is going too low green keywords on Ahrefs most of the time? If I make a blog based on this low keyword or medium, will I rank? Well, Ahrefs is elusive. Like you can have a zero competition, but you'll have like Amazon, Best Buy, Walmart, and all these places ranking. So even though it's zero competition, you're not going to beat out Amazon and Walmart. It's not going to happen. All those places will always be the top 10. So you have to do the research and you have to fact check Ahrefs. It is not like, boom, easy, good, I'll get it. It has to do with the market. This is why in our high ticket niche program, I pair you with a domain because those domains help you rank. This is all strategy. Like if I get a domain that has rankings and I know I can get that and I know it can work and I can make good content, it works really, really well. It doesn't seem like ClickBank has as much offered as they did before. I think it's about the same. I think they have like 100,000 affiliates and like a lot of offers. Question 48, what is a super affiliate and how do they get better commission rates? A super affiliate is one that drives lots of traffic and volume. If I'm a super affiliate, like with web hosting, right? There are some web hosting platforms that beginner affiliates get $65 a sale. Advanced affiliates might get $200. Depends on what you sell, of course. It's like on a tiered thing. But a lot of times if you can drive a lot of traffic, they will pay you more. I have been able to negotiate stuff based on traffic and it works really, really well. Super affiliates drive significant volume and revenue for a program. They negotiate custom commission rates, exclusive bonuses, and early access to new offers directly with the merchant, and they get approvals a lot faster. Myth, everyone gets the same commission rate. There is no room to negotiate. That is an absolute myth. Fact is, once you prove you can derive consistent sales, you have real leverage to negotiate higher rates. Fact, super affiliates often earn 2 to 3 times the standard commission for the same offer. Question 49, how do I track which affiliate source is actually generating my sales? What you want to do is you want to set up your own version of like a link shortener on your website. We actually have one that we install on our high ticket niches. We give it away in some of our courses. And what you do is you just put all your stuff in there. This does two things. One, it allows you to track it. Okay, so if I go in and I have a shortener, instead of like, whatever giant hosting link.php .. whatever, I have affiliatemarketingdude.com/host. That's the one I have for hosting. I can go in at one button and change every instance of that link instantly to a new affiliate program. This is important. I don't want to go in and change everything on its own. Two, let's say I have a checklist like the example, and the checklist is a PDF. And in that PDF, I have an affiliate link. If I put a raw affiliate link and that affiliate changes later, all those links are now dead. All my traffic is gone. This is terrible. I learned this in 2006. In 2006, I was driving a bunch of traffic to affiliate links. Those affiliate links actually ranked in Google. They changed their platform. Boom, overnight, went from a lot of money a day to a little money a day. Why? Because I did not cloak and track my links. You always want to use a link shortener and have a good link, okay? That way you can change it, you can track it. You have another set of data to look at. Don't just trust what the affiliate network says, look at your own data. I want to tell, the myth is I can't tell which traffic source is working just by watching my sales dashboard, or can. The fact is, without proper tracking, you can't know if your sales came from SEO, email, social, or paid ads. You can use ClickMagick or Volume, or I used to use Crazy Egg, which is Neil Patel's program. That was a good program that actually shows real time like what people are doing on your site. Super important. You can even build stuff with AI to track if you want as well. Question 50, should I cloak my affiliate links and is it against the rules? Some affiliate networks do not like this. Amazon, if you cloak your links, you will not get paid. Now, when we talk about cloaking links, a lot of people think that that's a shady thing. It's not. It's a link shortener. Like instead of, go to this big ugly affiliate link, pasting that on Facebook looks terrible, I can send them to affiliatemarketingdude.com/go or something like that. Something easy. This is standard practice. However, some affiliate links do not like this. Amazon doesn't like it. Always check the terms of service. Question 51, do I have to legally disclose that I use affiliate links? 100% yes. A lot of people think that it's just a free-for-all. However, the FTC does say I need to say I'm an affiliate. Why? This goes back to the whole rich jerk thing of, oh, this is bad, this is good. If I go through and I say, hey, this is the best product ever, and I don't disclose that I'm being paid for it, then people need to know that. Like if George Clooney is like, hey, I got a mortgage through this guy, right? We need to know he was paid for that. We need to know he's just not coming out and sharing his experience, because some people do think that, right? And it needs to be made for the vast majority of people who don't know how this industry works. So we always want to disclose it. Transparency builds trust. Like even with my disclaimer, I always say, hey, the average affiliate marketer, the average person trying to make money makes nothing. Why do I say that? Because it's a fact and you're supposed to say that. You got to have these disclosures and disclaimers. The disclosure can be clear and conspicuous. It doesn't need to be buried in a footer, and it does not hurt conversions. Unless you're doing something shady to begin with, then it probably will hurt your conversions. Question number 52, do I need to form an LLC or register a business to start? You do not. It is recommended though. Okay, so you don't have to do it. Once you start building, you can do that. You can run it under your own name or whatever, or a DBA. I ran as a DBA for years, which is important. What about ClickBank affiliate links? ClickBank is totally fine with using a link shortener, so that's a good way to go. However, I would never drive someone straight from a video to a product. I would always want them to go to my website first. Super, super important. Like bare minimum, if you're going to be an affiliate marketer and you plan on making more than $1 a year, get a website. Like, trust me, that is the best thing to do. That way you have a place to be and you have something you can promote. Like my website now gets hundreds of thousands of visitors a month. Why? Because I promote it everywhere. Are there affiliate links on the site? Of course. I can have my disclosure. I can have my disclaimer. A lot of people, like when they do affiliate links with YouTube, a lot of them aren't disclosing their affiliates, and they should. You need to disclose that you are an affiliate. Question number 53, do I have to pay taxes on affiliate commissions? Absolutely. This is a business. It's just like any other business. You got to pay your taxes. Some companies will take them out automatically, like I know Google, AdSense, and stuff like that do. I don't know if ClickBank does. I don't think so. I think they 1099 you. Most companies will give you a 1099, and you do have to report that as earned income. Now, this is where an LLC comes in handy, because then you can have write-offs and things like that. Doing it personal, you can still have those. Always talk to an accountant. Always pay your taxes on your affiliates. Affiliate income is taxable income in virtually every country. The US, the networks send a 1099 if you earn over 600 a year. Now remember, just because you don't get a 1099 doesn't mean it wasn't money earned. Like, you could have 20 affiliate companies that paid you $500. You still need to report that, right? Because obviously 5 times whatever is more than that threshold. Always talk to your accountant. Always have someone look it over. Very, very important. Question 54, how old do you have to be to do affiliate marketing? Check in your local area. I know a lot of people make videos about, oh, you can make money at this age or whatever. I think in order to do contracts, you have to be 18. So that's what I would say for most places. But again, look where you're at. Look what you do. It just depends on where you're at and what the laws are in your area. Most major networks require you to be 18 to sign the legal contract. So that's what I would go with. 55, can I do affiliate marketing if I live outside the USA? 100%. There are a lot of countries that do that. There are some that are harder to get approved in than others. A lot of people make the mistake of thinking, oh, I'm not in the USA, so I can't market to the USA. You absolutely can. Absolutely. Very, very, very important. So we can look at that. We can make that work. Pretty cool stuff. Someone says, can I rank with videos easily if I promote multiple Munchai offers? I don't know much about what Munchai does. I know there's some kind of launch thing. Launch jacking is a term that is kind of like what we talked about with the people that are like this bad, this good. It can work if you talk about like a product in a good way or have a list of products that are coming out or something like that. It can work. I would get a website. Like if you want to do this the right way, get a website. You can get domain and web hosting for like $10 a month or less. Get that, set it up, make it work. What that'll do, see what happens here is if someone watches a video and goes to your affiliate link and they don't buy, you lose that cookie when it expires. If they go to my website, I have multiple chances to sell them other stuff, right? So what you would do is you would be like, oh, here's all these cool products coming out. Great, so this one ranks. Cool, this product comes out on the 1st. I have a special bonus where I'm gonna go through the product with you. Put your name and email. I will notify you when the product is out so that you can get my bonus. You added value, right? Bonus. And how do you spell bonus? Something like that, right? But going through there, you're going to add value. You're going to have your website. You're going to have chances to follow up. Using this method, I've made like way more, 10 times, sometimes probably even 100 times more than just doing raw affiliate links. Super important. Then what's going to happen is maybe this will rank. And then over time, this is going to build up. And over time, you won't need to rely on other things to rank because your site will have power. This is how you build this up like a business. Got to go through and really, really understand it and make it work. So yeah. Next question, number 56. What if I live in a country that doesn't support PayPal? Most affiliate networks don't pay via PayPal anyway. So if you think PayPal is the only way to get paid, that's not true. A lot of them do checks and all kinds of stuff. Number 57, can I get in legal trouble for promoting a product that turns out to be a scam? Yes, you absolutely can. We saw a lot of people who promoted FTX as an affiliate. We saw people who promoted other things as affiliates, and they did get in trouble. There was actually, this is why I'm very strict about what I promote. There were programs like Mob and Legendary Marketer and other programs that literally the affiliates got takedown notices. Some affiliates were fined 7 figures because they promoted something junky. So I never did it. That, and I don't believe in the product. Like, had I promoted Mob or Legendary Marketer, I could have put a couple million in my pocket profit promoting those. It was tempting, But I was like, I can't in good conscience give my customers something that is literally just a racket. I can't do it. And that's my opinion on those programs, although my opinion on Mob was backed up because they did get hit with a FTC lawsuit. Legendary Marketer did have some alleged stuff against them as well. Some affiliates did get in hot water for it. So yes, you can be liable for what you promote. Actually, I saw this years ago. There's a company, a network marketing company called Sea Silver. Sea Silver was this weird product. And all these affiliates were like, oh, this will cure your gout. This will help you with this. This will help you with that. And it's like, no, it doesn't cure anything. You're not a doctor. You're just hawking a product because you're zealous at best, shady, probably more like it. You're just promoting it to make money. They got in trouble by the FDA and the FTC because they were literally just saying whatever they want. This is a big thing in affiliate marketer. People think free speech applies to business promotion. It does not. It absolutely does not. A business does not have the freedom of speech to say whatever they want to sell a product. That is not a fact. A lot of people on social media, I see it all the time. There's videos that just lie and lie about how much you can make and what you're going to get and how much they make, and they bend truths and all this other stuff. And it's like, you can't do that. That is not freedom of speech. You are liable for what you say in a business setting. You're even liable for what you say in other settings. Like, you can say whatever you want if you're willing to pay the consequences for whatever it is you're saying or promoting. This is not true. Freedom of speech does not equal freedom to say whatever you want about your business or other businesses. It's an absolute myth. Go look it up. But at any rate, understanding that's important. And I'm glad that's like that. I don't think, businesses should be able to be like, hey, this will solve everything you ever have a problem with. It's not true, right? There are different things you got to look at. You can get in legal trouble for it. Make sure that what you do is legit and above board. Now, there are some cases where it's like, okay, maybe you didn't know, maybe down the line it ended up being bad or whatever. But if there's something you knowingly promote, and in some cases, not even knowingly, there's a lot of people who did the FTX and they didn't know it was bad, although it walked like a duck, it talked like a duck. At the end of the day, it was a damn duck. It wasn't too hard to see that guy was pulling the wool over a lot of people's eyes. But that's kind of thing where, some affiliates are like, ooh, $1 million check, cool, I'll promote whatever. Okay, well, if you're willing to pay the consequences for it, by all means. But at any rate, number 58, what are the FTC rules on affiliate disclosures for social media posts? Good question. The FTC requires that disclosures be clear, conspicuous, and placed near an affiliate link. Don't put it in your footer. Say, hey, this is going to have affiliate links on it. How did I blog? How did I rank a investing asset affiliate program with Ahrefs? How did I? I had one years ago that I did for a student. It was a domain I bought that ranked. But anyway, going back to the disclosures, FTC specifically states disclosures must be impossible to miss, not hidden in hashtags. Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok all have built-in disclosure tools that are FTC compliant. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. What I do is I don't promote affiliate offers directly. Like, I never do this. Very rare. I did years ago, but now I promote them with a website with a step. So what it would look like is this. Your traffic comes in, you send them to an affiliate link. This is where you would need your affiliate link on Facebook, Instagram, or whatever. Now, if I'm taking traffic, I'm sending them to value on my website, a report, an image, a video, an opt-in box. Now this is where the affiliate link needs to live. Okay, unless I'm talking about the product directly. What this does is it allows me to get a lot more traffic. Watch. Let's say I'm talking about the topsy-turvy tomato. I think that's what it was called. Let me check it out, right? Topsy-turvy tomato. I think that's what it was. Yeah, it was. Okay, I remembered it. So the topsy-turvy tomato. So here we got all these people looking for tomato planting and stuff like that, okay? 530 people. There's some soups. Let's do tomato garden. Tomato garden. $3,000. Tomato gardening, $30,000. Tomato plant. I can spell correctly, I promise. Actually, I can't. I'm the world's worst speller. So we have the tomato planting, $52,000. If I was just to do topsy-turvy, one, my social media post is going to be terrible because I'm hawking a product. Nobody wants to look at the product. They want to look at, beautiful tomato, how did I get it? Go to my website, here's how I got it, buy the topsy-turvy, simple. So what happens is if I do topsy-turvy, I'm going to miss out on a lot of traffic because there's only 6,000 people that search for topsy-turvy. Okay, and that's even like topsy-turvy names. Like if I put tomato with it, tomato, now I got 450. So would you rather have like the 100,000 views, 100,000 searches, or would you rather just have topsy-turvy tomato with 450? Okay, this is where you start to think about it different. And being in this business a long time, this is what I've learned that works, right? That's why I promote on my own. Also, another thing to look at. A lot of people think if you have an email list, you can email directly to an affiliate offer. What would that look like? Hey, Bob, get the topsy-turvy. Click here. Boom, it goes to the page. There is a rule in the US I know of, probably in other places too, where it says they can do a global opt-out. What does that mean? That means someone can go to Topsy-Turvy and say, I never want to get an email about Topsy-Turvy again. You have to go scrub that list against your list, make sure you don't send it. The way you get around it is by actually making more money, which is, instead of sending an email saying, go buy the Topsy-Turvy, I say, wait, 4-pound tomatoes, or whatever, obviously make it true, that'd be a big tomato, tomatoes, ... Here's how I got 4-pound tomatoes. Click here to read the report on my website. Send them to a blog. This boosts up the blog, gets you more traffic, gets you more goodwill in the eyes of all the places, and now you have your affiliate link with your disclosure. You are not subject to the other thing because you are promoting your blog, not an affiliate offer. Always check with lawyers on this stuff because this stuff does change sometimes, but as of last time I checked, that was a good way to do it. Number 59. Affiliate marketing versus drop shipping. Which is better? Whichever one pays you more. Hands down. If I'm going to sell these little screwdriver bits and I get 1% on Amazon and it costs $9, okay, I could get myself 9 cents, or I could drop ship them. I can control the price. Maybe I sell it for $20 and I keep $9, essentially making 100 times more. It depends on what you want to do. Drop shipping margins can be thin, while affiliate commissions can reach higher on digital products. Again, this has to do with what's best for your traffic. 100% what's best for your traffic. You got to fit to the traffic, got to fit to what they need. Number 60, why do most affiliate marketers actually fail? I think most affiliate marketers fail because they have unrealistic expectations. They think they're going to rank one blog post at the top of Google and be rich. Okay, can that happen? Yes, I have had rankings that appeared very fast and they have made me a lot of money. Most people don't get that. Most people don't strategize and most people don't stick with one thing. That's why in the high ticket niche program, I want to go through and I want to be like, hey, here's a domain. It's got these rankings for tomatoes. Let's build it up. Let's get you a foundation. You are now the tomato guy. And you come to me and you're like, Marcus, I heard about this new course. No. If it doesn't speak tomatoes, don't talk to me because you are the tomato guy. That's what you're going to sell. And if you stick the course and stay with it long enough, as my buddy Brian always says, you got to stay with it long enough till the magic happens. You should be able to get something, whether it's traffic or a commission or whatever it is. But it's all about that strategy where most people are like, oh, I'm going to do tomatoes. And then they get this other thing and they're like, oh, I'm going to drop shipping. If anyone comes to you and they're like, I'm going to do affiliate marketing or drop shipping or ClickBank, or I'm going to make money on Amazon, or I'm going to make money on Facebook. Those are all tactics. They're not a business. A business is a niche that sells a product to a group of people. Whether it's a digital, whether it's a lead, whatever it is, it's the business. And look at the business model. Don't look at the strategy. Making money on Instagram is not really a strategy. That's an idea. Okay, how are you going to make money on Instagram? What are you going to sell? What are you going to build? Who are you going to talk to? This is where the rubber meets the road. And what I find is a lot of people who want to make money on Instagram, they try to get a following, post some content, they get a tiny little check. Like I think Facebook owes me about 29 cents, right? And I get a lot of traffic on Facebook. Luckily, my other stuff makes me a lot of money. I don't just rely on the 29 cents. But going through and looking at that, it's about a strategy. And a lot of affiliate marketers, they look at ideas and concepts, and it's never about the idea or concept. It's about the strategy behind it. That's why my trainings, my webinars that we do for people in high-ticket niches, that we do for people in AI Profit Scoop Elite, it's all about strategy. Like that's literally what it's about. Because if I can reverse engineer a strategy, see what works and build and grow, then I can make it work. Number 61, what is the hardest truth about affiliate marketing that nobody talks about? Interesting. The hardest truth. Let's see what the notes say. The hardest part is the mental grind of working for months with zero financial return. I actually disagree with that. I think the hardest part is staying focused on one thing. That's the hardest part. Like when you get a niche and you know the numbers fit, you do the research and you're like, okay, can this tomato thing work? Does the number fit? Could I sell a hydroponic thing and get $300? What can I do there? Once you look at the numbers, it's about really pressing forward and fitting the pieces together. It's all like dominoes. Once you select your niche, all the dominoes will fall, right? Like you have all these dominoes and you're looking at them and you're like, dude, this is hard. This is very difficult. And you're like, how do I get traffic? Should I do Facebook or SEO? Should I do drop shipping or affiliate marketing? Should I build a mailing list or just put links? Right? What happens is when you choose your niche, this is why I start my students with high ticket niches. It's more than just like, let me get you a website and a domain. Those are good. Those are great. Anyone can build a website. My domains are pretty good though. But anyone can build a website. Like, you don't pay me to build websites. You pay me to get you a niche that I've done the research and has a chance of making it. Once you're like, okay, boom, I am in the niche of apartment guide, or I'm in the niche of tomatoes, or I'm in the niche of hydroponics, or whatever it is. What happens next is magical, because that domino knocks down and you go, oh, I'm the tomato guy. Where do I get traffic? Well, hey, check it out. I look up tomato planting. There's a bunch of YouTube videos. So what am I going to do? I'm going to make YouTube videos. Oh, hey, there's also a Facebook group. Nice. I can go post stuff in Facebook group and teach people about tomatoes. Am I going to post sales pitches? No. I'm going to promote good tomato stuff because I want to build a list. That's where the money's at. Then I'm like, oh, hey, should I do Facebook or SEO? Well, I so happen to have this tomato domain that had, 6,000 rankings back in the day. Cool. Let's use that. Let's do SEO and Facebook. Might as well. Then you're like, okay, should I do this? And all the dominoes fall. But what happens is affiliate marketers, would-be affiliate marketers, are trying to reach in and grab this domino before they even know about this one. And it's silly. It makes zero sense. But if you choose this, everything else falls into place. This is why I start people with a niche first. This is why it's so valuable. This is why we go through and we're like, hey, these domains are actually worth a lot. I did an appraisal value just with GoDaddy, and apparently we have a video coming out next week. Apparently my domains are worth like $1 million or 1.3 million. I do have a lot of domains. I think they're actually worth a little bit more. I'll talk to you about why in that video. But looking at that is like, oh, this absolutely makes sense. What are some cheaper alternatives to Ahrefs still offering good quality? Depends on what you want to do. There's all kinds of keyword tools. You can use AI. Manus is good for keywords. Depends on what you're looking to get data about. If you're buying domains and doing this stuff like me, there is no second. Like, that's how I am as an affiliate marketer. Ahrefs does not have an affiliate program. I use it. It is the best for this stuff. And I'm going to tell you about it, even though I don't get paid, because it is the best. And hopefully you'll buy other stuff from me. But looking at that, that's the key. And going through, 5850, getting a high ticket niches, it'll change the way that you think about marketing. Like, it ends info overload because now the questions are asked, and it's based on a domain that I actually, like, I went out there and I bought the domain with my money, knowing, hey, this is something that I could tackle if I wanted to. Now, I do sell a lot of them. Some of them I build up and tackle, but I can't build 5,000 websites. It's just a little too crazy here. But we do build a lot of them, right? The hardest part here is going through and following through and asking those questions. When we go through and look at, like, instead of asking, how can I make money online? That's the wrong question. The question is how are people making money online and what are they doing? When someone's on social media going nuts about, oh, I made all this money, I want to know how they made it. What did they do? What did they sell? How did it work? What did it cost? Very, very important. It's boring, though. Like, looking at the data, looking at the stuff I do is pretty boring. It's like, it's just data. But it makes me a good living. Is relying on low competition keywords enough? Because I watch gurus about how my blog can rank. And so it depends on what you want to do. Like, if you want to rank, I would buy a domain that already ranks. Like, that's going to be the fastest way to go about it. I've had hundreds of millions of visitors from search engines, from ranking. The best way to do that is like think about it this way. If you were able to buy a giant domain name like CNN.com or something, do you think you'd get traffic? Like, I have domains I've bought that literally get traffic the minute I own them because they already had traffic. And that helps you get started. And that's what we do with our high ticket niches, is we pair you with ones that work. We had a guy a couple weeks ago. I don't know if I can pull it up here. This computer doesn't always log into it, but I'll try it. SimilarWeb. Yeah, it's not logged in. But he's getting like 3,000 visitors a month, and like, he didn't even do anything. He just got the domain from us, and now he's getting traffic. Now, that's not always the case. Some of them have zero traffic. We build them up based on what they were for, which is cool. And I always try to pair them with a domain that I think has a resale value too, just as an extra bonus. Like, we should be able to sell it, which is cool. Again, we have no idea. When you look at domain buying, a domain is worth nothing until the day someone offers you money for it. You can speculate all you want. Like, obviously, money.com would be worth some money, no pun intended. But again, you never know. If no one wants to buy it, it could be worth nothing. I have a good suspicion that it's probably worth a lot, but you have to do that. Number 62, affiliate marketing versus creating your own product. Which is smarter to start with? Well, it's faster to start with affiliate marketing, and that'll get you data that'll allow you to make your own product. So I always say start with affiliate marketing first, get the data, and then build a product. Let's see what the survey says. Start with affiliate marketing. It teaches you traffic, copywriting, good. Yeah, so same answer there. Number 63, affiliate marketing versus freelancing. Which builds more long-term wealth? Well, freelancing is broad. Like, that could be anything. I could freelance mowing lawns. It depends. Like, could I build a lawn mowing business from my lawnmower into a giant company? Yeah, that would make long-term wealth. I mean, it all depends on what you want to do and what you're willing to do. I don't want to go mow lawns, so I started an affiliate company. Very important. How to buy domains that rank. I have lots of videos on that. There's a video on this channel that it's like an hour long or 2 hours long that goes through that. Affiliate marketing has higher long-term wealth potential. Cool. Yeah, and I think you can scale too. Like, if I was doing lawnmowers, I'd have to buy lawnmowers. I'd have to pay people, all kinds of stuff. Number 64, is print on demand or affiliate marketing better for a complete beginner? Depends on your traffic. I'm going to say affiliate marketing. Print on demand is very, very difficult to get into. I know there's a lot of videos that are like, oh, just make a puppy dog on a mug and you're going to get rich. Okay, like one guy did, but there's a million other people with mugs with puppies that make nothing. We need strategy. If I was going to do print on demand, what am I going to do? I'm going to go buy a website that ranked for a bunch of Bible terms, put some Bible verses on cups, and sell those. Traffic is everything. Like, if you don't have traffic, you're going to struggle. Some of the print-on-demand places like Etsy and stuff like that, you can get traffic from them. But again, it's very hit and miss. Like, out of 100 people who put something up, one might get traffic. That's where we want to look at the data. If you're going to do print-on-demand, look at the data. If you're going to do affiliate marketing, look at the data. If you want to make money online, look at the data. If you don't want to make money online, look at the data. Data is everything, because I could literally pull a report for what Etsy ranks for find the gaps, find the one it ranks for that only has one product, boom, I'm the second product, now I get traffic free, I don't even have to have my own website. This is where you strategize and look at things that absolutely work, and you can figure out what's selling. It's not like the old days where, you didn't know. You had to have magazines and SRDS lists and all these things. This is stuff you can reverse engineer. Affiliate marketing has a lower barrier of entry, no design skills, no product creation. I'm going to say there's a lot more people making money with affiliate marketing in my estimate, what I've seen, than print on demand. I think print on demand has a really good excitement rate. Like there's a gal who teaches print on demand all the time. I watch her videos. Most of them are how to make the print on demand thing, which is not where the money is. Like if you're watching videos about how to make money and 90% of the video is how to make a website, they're selling you hosting. If you're watching a video on how to make money with print on demand and 90% of the video is how to use a print on demand designer, they're making money as an affiliate selling the design. A lot of videos don't talk about strategy. That's where I focus. I love strategy. Even when print on demand, you have to have the strategy. I want to teach you strategy because anyone can make a puppy dog coffee cup. Like if you can't figure that out, then you should probably rethink making money online, because anyone can figure out how to build a website. It's not that hard. Anyone can figure out how to make Notebook LM or ChatGPT or whatever, make you content and websites. Anyone can do this. This is not where the money's at. The money's in the strategy. It always was, it always has been, it always will be. Strategy is everything. Data leads you to the strategy. Without that, you lose. So if you're going in print on demand, pick a good niche. I'd rather do a print on demand planner for law of attraction, find out what they're looking for, find my little gap. Then I could do another gap and another and another. This is where the rubber meets the road. Number 65, do I need to buy a domain name or can I use a free platform? Well, you're on my video, so you need to buy a domain name. A lot of people are going to tell you other stuff. You're going to wish you bought a domain name if you don't. Like down the road, you'll be like, wow, I wish I would have bought a domain name. And you're probably going to wish you got a domain name that had some rankings and some stuff. Always check your domain, make sure there's no trademark issues and stuff like that. But I mean, I've had domain names that have made me a lot. And I've had domain names I've sold for a lot. So going through, I think absolutely bare minimum, a domain name with a one-page website is the bare minimum base. If you're going to call yourself an affiliate marketer, I would absolutely get a domain name. Why? Get something easy. If I come on here on a video and I say, click the link in the description, or I have it on here like download my notes. Hey, you want my notes? Go to downloadmynotes.com. Pretty basic, pretty easy. That domain cost me $9. Now I can tell people about it and it's easy. Why did I get highticketniches.com? Because I want to have a link going directly to highticketniches.com. These make it easier. They make it more straightforward. This is why for my business alone, not the ones I'm buying and selling, I would say I probably have about 200 to 300 domains just for my personal stuff, which is cool. Is it easy to promote Capterra softwares on Google Ads if it's low competition and make recurring income? Easy, no. Ads are easy but risky. So you have to figure out how they work. That's the hard part. I would look at like, what's the software you want to promote? What is this? Look at what the software does. This is the magic. All right, so you have a software. You're like, okay, here's, whatever. Let's say an AI image generator. Okay, what does that software do? Okay, does it help with print on demand? Does it help with family photo restoration? What does it do? Market to what it does, not so much the name. You can do both, but what it does is usually bigger than the name. Case in point, go look at Canva. Canva, okay? Canva has a lot of search volume. Most people already have it and are looking to log in, okay? However, if I go to ChatGPT and I say, list the top 100 things Canva does. Simple, high search stuff. So if I go out there and I make a video on how to remove a background from your family photo or whatever, okay? Show how to do it, point to Canva. Watch what happens here. Now, remove the word Canva. Just talk about let's just remove Canva. See how that works. So if I just remove the word Canva, hopefully it understands. There we go. So now, here's all the stuff Canva does. I could literally make 100 videos, infographics, ideas, blog posts, whatever, about what it does. Let's go to Keyword Explorer, put all these in, search. So we had 190 million views on Canva alone, 43 million on what they do, not even including subcategory keywords. There's more traffic in this than there is just the Canva branded term. Make sense? That's what I would do. Show people, how do I make a meme in Canva? How do I make a flyer? How do I remove a background? How do I edit? How do I do a business card? And then tie those to other products. Now, I'm the how to make an AI business card guy. That's a business I can latch onto. Very important. All right, let's see where we're at. I think we're on our last question for today. What does it actually cost to start an affiliate marketing website? Well, if you're to go to affiliatemarketingdude.com/host, which is over here somewhere, host, affiliatemarketingdude.com/host. I think this is it. This is shows you how to do web hosting. It's like $3 to $14 a month, gives you a domain and web hosting. Again, you can find that on the page. I would recommend if you're trying to start this and you have the means to do the high ticket niche, I mean, we've done a lot of this for you. We can help you get started and understand where to go. With our high ticket niches, we give you a year of support. So that means you can be on the Tuesday call for a year, the Thursday call for a year. That's 104 calls a year. Sometimes I miss one or two. So let's just call it 100 calls a year, right? Which means you get 100 calls a year where you could show up and be like, hey, I posted this, it didn't rank. Why? Okay, here's why. Hey, I did this. I got a sale. How do I get more? Here's how. Hey, I need to know more content to do this. Okay, here's how to do this. We set it up for you so that all the guesswork is taken out of it and you can just go and get traffic and learn and grow as you go. Obviously, it is a work in progress program where we give you the niche and we work you with it, we work you through it, we show you how it works. Income results are not typical, implied, or guaranteed. The vast majority of people, even my students, they make nothing. Most don't do anything. Some people do stuff and struggle. Some people do stuff and it just doesn't work the way they want and they give up. Those who stick to it, I find if you stick to it and you look at the data, that is your best chance of making it work. Treat it like a business. Really go through and say, what can I do? What can I do? Instead of saying, how can I make $1,000 a day, a month, a week, a year, whatever, say, what am I going to do to get that? Oh, I get $50 a sale for this. Okay, I would need 20 sales to make $1,000. How do I get those 20 sales? Well, if you're doing Canva, start making the content, point them at the Canva, make a good site, get a mailing list, sell other stuff, build, grow, build, grow. This is all strategy. And if you follow along and really think about, okay, I want to do this. If you want to do it, I think we have one of the best programs out there with high ticket niches and the other stuff that we have. So wherever you're starting, hopefully this helped you out. We got part 3 next week. Smash that like button. If you have questions, put them as a